Hi, it's Lori Dejeuner, and this is Healing with Lori, where we transform mother-daughter relationships and build a life that's true to you. The holidays can be hard days, especially if you have a challenging relationship with your mom or other family members. Whether you just spent Thanksgiving with them or without them, you likely need recovery time. This is normal. It's not a sign that you're a bad daughter or you're too sensitive or any other shortcoming in your character. It's actually biological. Your body's top priority is survival. And guess what? A stressful holiday where you're reminded that you don't have a supportive family network in your life feels incredibly threatening to your survival. You are a human. Humans are pack animals. We require others to survive, and we need healthy relationships in order to thrive. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. When your survival feels threatened, certain functions in your body, which aren't immediately important, they get put on pause until you feel safe again. You might notice some things are incredibly difficult to do right now. Maybe you have trouble concentrating or making decisions. The thought of taking a shower or making yourself food feels overwhelming. You don't have the energy or the desire to do very much at all. This is normal. After a stressful visit or phone call with my mom, I used to feel stunned, like I was numb, frozen, or moving in slow motion. Everything was hard. This would last for hours and even the entire next day. I called it an emotional hangover. I noticed this pattern repeating. Stress with my mom, emotional hangover the next day. Stress, hangover, stress, hangover. Once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. I knew there was a correlation and I wanted it to stop. I hated throwing an entire day down the drain because I was recovering, either from a conflict with my mom or setting a boundary, or the sheer disappointment of the reality of our relationship. Here's something that you probably don't want to hear, but it's true. Getting out of this took time and hard work. It broke me more times than I can count. But it was necessary because I needed to be rebuilt. I had to deconstruct my childhood beliefs. I had to break my patterns. I had to show up differently and consistently with myself and with my mom. And here's the good news. It was all worth it. I made it to the other side. I did rebuild myself. I redesigned my mind. My thoughts, my behaviors, everything changed because it had to. That backpack of guilt I carried around with me everywhere I went was no more. I finally had peace. I could take a break on any given day with zero distractions and not think about my mom. Not what she needed, not what she might be feeling, not what she might be thinking about me. I could just be. I could actually rest in a way I didn't know was possible. And now I get to live in a place I love, in a warm climate where I do things that matter to me, like growing my own fruits and vegetables. Most importantly, I live with an inner freedom that is only possible because I stopped putting my mom's desires ahead of my own. And I stopped calling it selfish, bad, and wrong. I want you to have this peace and freedom too. It's why I do what I do, why I make these videos, and why I coach women. Let's be real. You've been living a hell that a lot of people don't understand and would shame you for complaining about. But you don't have to stay stuck and suffer. This is your life. Your beliefs, your desires, your experiences. Everyone else has theirs. Let them have their opinions. Let them think and say what they will. They don't have to live through what they expect you to live through. So their talk is cheap. And I know it's hard to stop people pleasing. It is hard to risk losing relationships. It's hard to face reality and stop chasing after fantasy. But it's so much harder to keep doing what you're doing, what you've been doing your whole life. It's harder to keep doing the family dinners where your mom is passive aggressive, highly critical, talks down to you or your spouse or your kids. Dinners where your mother compares you to others, guilt trips you, doesn't apologize or admit fault. Holidays where she dumps her problems onto you, plays the victim, gets other family members on her side, finds a way to be the center of every conversation. Instead of celebrating, your mom gives you unsolicited advice. She continues to not protect you from other family members. She confuses you with her signature mixture of sweetness and cruelty. You just want to have a nice time. You want to be able to depend on your mom, like your other friends seem to so easily do with their mothers. The one thing you can count on is that you can't count on your mom. And that hurts. You might be a daughter who didn't spend the holiday with your family of origin, and that is painful too. Their absence, either through death, estrangement, or never actually knowing them, is a devastating reminder that the relationship you crave is not coming. The love and connection you did nothing wrong to not be given as a child, you're not going to get it. Not from this family anyway. So in both cases, whether you just spent the holiday with or without them, it's the absence of a healthy family connection that aches. No wonder you're wrung out. No wonder you feel numb and tired. Your nervous system is in recovery. After a hard visit with your mom, or the absence of a visit, it's normal to feel defeated, tired, numb, or hopeless. You may feel depressed, sad, disappointed, lonely, or like you want to cry. It's normal to feel angry, resentful, fed up, and just done. If you're feeling irritable, anxious, tense, or you find it hard to sleep, these are also normal physiological responses to stress. If you're replaying conversations in your mind, thinking of what you wished you would have said, that's understandable. It's also understandable that you're trying not to feel your feelings right now. After a triggering holiday, it's normal to feel old patterns of guilt and shame, to self-blame and self-flagellate, even to be self-critical and believe the things that were said about you. You may second-guess your thoughts and feelings, alternating between feeling upset and over-empathizing with your mom. You probably understand or justify her behavior, tracing it back to her own difficult childhood and life circumstances. This is what you've always done. Nothing you're experiencing is outside of the realm of normal or acceptable. You're not crazy. You're not broken. Even though this feels messy, scary, and uncertain, you can find a way to be okay. As long as you let go of your old coping mechanisms to tiptoe, to prove your worth, to be pleasing in exchange for love, you create and strengthen new neural pathways. This means your brain and body have a new, efficient, lightning-fast way of communicating with each other. For example, every time you choose to say no when you mean no, you are building a new pattern and showing yourself that saying no is safe. Eventually, this choice to say no when you mean no becomes automatic, and you don't have to think about it every time. It's like taking a new route home. At first, it takes a lot of focus and effort, but after a while, you get home on autopilot. This is the power of the nervous system. It learns how to do things for you without your conscious thought. It's like the best personal assistant you'll ever have. It just needs proper guidance. Otherwise, it automatically does jobs for you that you don't want it to anymore, like apologizing over and over again when you've done nothing wrong. Your nervous system is highly capable, intelligent, and trainable. It simply needs an updated job description and good training. And this is what I'm here to help you with. Your nervous system is the powerhouse communication system in your body. It includes your brain, your spine, and trillions of nerves in every area of your body. It controls your muscle movements and automatic body functions like your heartbeat and digestion, so you don't have to think about them every second of every day. Your nervous system constantly scans your environment, looking for what's safe and what's unsafe, and it decides how to respond. When your nervous system is regulated, you can still think clearly. Even if difficult things are happening, you're not overwhelmed. You're able to process your feelings and stay present. When your nervous system is dysregulated, you're experiencing more stress than you have the bandwidth for, like dinner with your dysfunctional family. You go into emergency mode or fight, flight, or freeze. It's like a ball is being thrown at you and your reflexes kick in to either catch it, dodge out of the way, or brace yourself for impact. Your nervous system works so quickly, it makes decisions in a fraction of a second. So when your mom makes a comment about your weight or your job or your partner and you feel your gut churn, this is your nervous system automatically shutting down secondary jobs like digestion for primary jobs like making it out of this situation alive. When it comes to holidays, a couple of things make them feel triggering. One is the buildup of anxiety before the actual event. Anticipating the same feelings and experiences you've had in previous years can sometimes be worse than the actual day itself. But the anxiety is there to try to help. It's your body's way of bracing for impact and preparing for pain. Another factor is unmet expectations. You may be comparing your family to others and wishing you had ideal relationships. Holidays are often portrayed as the time to get together with your loved ones and have a good time. You might put a lot of weight on the holiday, wanting to relive good times from the past, or finally have this year be the good year. You put a lot of work into food preparation, organizing the time, location, who's invited, and more. You wanted everything to be perfect because you thought that would give you love, or at least some control over how painful it is to be with your family. On top of that, you may not feel appreciated for what you've done, let alone who you are. So the family dinner that does not meet your expectations feels crushingly disappointing. It beats down the spirit, bruises the heart, and frays the nerves. This is what you're recovering from. You need a balm to soothe you. You need rest and repair. You need emotional nourishment. Give this to yourself, and I promise you, you'll get better. Feelings are temporary. Whether the feeling is pleasant or unpleasant, it always passes and a new one takes its place. Let's be intentional about what feelings are going to come next. The number one priority right now is to help you feel safe again. Your nervous system needs to register that you're no longer under threat and it can start getting back to normal. If you're staying with your mom or you live together, or you're going to see her again or talk soon, feeling safe at a deep level is more challenging, especially when you're new to it. But it is possible. Your body wants to stop working overtime and being on high alert. Whatever your situation is, here are some things you can do with me right now to start feeling safe. Not every tool is going to work in every situation, but it's still good to have in case you need it later. The first safety signal is something you're already instinctively doing. You're sitting or laying down and doing something familiar and relaxing by watching a soothing program. When I was in university, I would regularly come home and watch cooking shows and reruns of sitcoms for hours. I didn't know it at the time, but I wasn't being lazy. I was trying to regulate my nervous system after a stressful day. Relaxing programs are a great short-term, immediate way to start regulating. The second safety signal is deep breathing. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow, more rapid, and tight. Slowing down your breathing sends a powerful message to your nervous system that the coast is clear and it's time to rest. There are many ways to do this, but to keep it simple, your inhales are going to be shorter than your exhales. Let's do it together. We're going to breathe in for a count of 3 and breathe out for a count of 6. Let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's great. Let's do it again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever thoughts or feelings come up for you, it's okay. Just focus on the breathing. Again, let's inhale. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. You're doing such a great job. Let's just do it one more time together. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Take a moment to notice how you feel. The third safety signal is rocking your body. This is regulation 101. It's worked since you were a baby and it's still effective in adulthood. Because it requires very little effort, it's the perfect match for a body that's trying to conserve energy. Even though I've healed so much in my maternal relationship, I still use rocking to this day to self-soothe through other stressful situations. I'll guide you through it. If you're sitting, cross your arms over your chest, like you're gently hugging yourself, and simply sway from side to side. Put in minimal work here, while you try bigger movements and smaller, more subtle movements. Keep going side to side. If you're laying down, simply roll onto one side. Extend your arm above your head and rest the side of your head on it. Bring your knees up to a 90-degree angle in front of you and rest your other palm on the surface in front of your chest. Slowly and gently, with the least effort possible, rock yourself forward and back. You can speed up the movement, but still use as little effort as possible. Whether you're sitting down or laying down, continue rocking. If you sigh or yawn, or if your stomach starts to rumble, these are all positive signs that your nervous system is starting to regulate. You may also have feelings and memories coming up, which brings me to the fourth safety signal, which is to release your feelings. Whether your impulse is to cry, scream, or hit something, it's necessary to express yourself physically right now. Emotional release on your own time in a safe space is healthy. No one is going to tell you to stop or that you're too sensitive. In fact, I'm encouraging you to cry. It needs to come out. It's as normal and healthy a release as going to the bathroom. If you've ever been in public and had to hold it in when you couldn't find a bathroom, you know how distracting and uncomfortable it is. The same goes for emotional purging. If you hold in your emotions, you're distracted from life, and it's very uncomfortable. Now, if you're angry, hit your pillow or your cushion. You have every right to be upset. If you're home alone, scream or yell. It's all okay. In some of my most stressful times when I was still living with my mom and taking on a lot of responsibilities, I would go drive somewhere and just scream and cry. Again, I didn't know it at the time, but I was regulating my overworked nervous system because the nervous system is our personal assistant and communication powerhouse. So what you're doing with emotional expression is the equivalent of clearing out 1,000 old emails from your inbox so your assistant can focus on more important ones. You're decreasing her workload, and she'll thank you for it later. After you feel safer on a physical level, you can move on to phase 2, which is feeling safe at a mental level, using words. I've learned that I need to do the first steps physically before I really want to feel better. And you need to want to feel better, or you're going to resist this next phase. This is a great time to purge deeper feelings. You can do this by journaling or speaking out loud, like making a voice note. Don't edit yourself. Just let whatever needs to flow out. You might feel strange doing this, but it is so good for you. This is also a prime time to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can use things like affirmations and visualizations to normalize new beliefs. Let's check in. How are you feeling now compared to when you started this video? Do you feel lighter? More hopeful? Do you want to sleep, eat, or get up and do something? Tell me about your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. When I filmed this video, I had just gone through a deep emotional purge. I had old painful memories from one of my relationships resurface as I was doing some body work. Tears were flowing. I even woke up in the middle of the night and cathartically wrote songs. In the morning, I was so tired. I didn't want to do anything or eat anything. I got to the point in the day where I recognized I was done with the feelings and I wanted to move forward. So I took a good nap, and when I got up, I felt like me again. All the things that bothered me before were either completely irrelevant now or so much smaller. I now had the bandwidth to create, and I had fun cooking and filming. No matter where you are on your healing journey, your self-awareness and regulation skills are going to serve you for all of life's challenges. As you show up for yourself, you'll build more self-trust and feel less anxious on a daily basis. All the times you self-soothe prepare you for phase 4 of your healing, which is prevention. This is when you get clear with yourself about what you will and won't accept in your relationship with your mom. It's when boundaries and new standards come in, like, I will no longer be silent and tolerate criticism from my mom, or I will no longer go out of my way to please my mom during holidays. Ultimately, when you clear out the things that repeatedly threaten your peace and wellness, that low-level tension you almost always feel goes away. Your body knows you're not going to put yourself in these situations anymore, and it can finally rest and trust. If you would like even more support with this, download my free ebook, The Guilt-Free Boundary Guide, in the description box below. It walks you through the necessary steps to make and maintain effective boundaries with your mom. And if you want to cut the confusion and save years off your healing, talk to me. I've been there and I'm here to help you. You can book a free intro call with me. It's a zero pressure way to see if my guidance is a good fit for you. Use the link in the description box below to reserve a spot in my calendar. I want to take a moment to say that you have been through so much. I see that. You're doing incredible work right now, and it's not easy. I celebrate you for every bit of effort you put into yourself. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're worth it. Don't forget who you are and how far you've come. So, whatever stress and disappointment you just faced with your family, I want to wish you a happy holiday. And may your next one be unrecognizably joyous and peaceful from the inside out. As always, keep healing, keep feeling, because you matter and life gets better from here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Healing with Lori.